Crypto market is actually alive and healthy, but for a lot of people, it would seem like the price action is not doing anything and it's boring. But if you forget the fact that on the other end, we are watching things like this happening, then you're missing something big because that's happening for a reason. Payments, that's something you need to understand. Adoption, utility, growth, expansion. That's all in that area. But at the same time, you need to think about this. Crypto market is growing, capital inflow is increasing. Institutions are increasing for sure, but that also means it comes with something like manipulation. Now think about this for a moment. When the RSI was showing you I'm slowing down, price kind of slowed down. When it showed I may go down, it kind of local bottom. It kind of formed a local bottom and then it bounced off. Okay, that's what this is. Then it showed I'm slowing down. Again, it's forming a local bottom. So if whatever we have watched till this point is true, then you're watching something like this, where there is a trend reversal happening. Yes, that's a micro movement. Yes, that's a short-term scenario. But if you don't forget these kind of things, market is showing you this. It popped 50% for the day. That's not a small thing. Because for the entire year, it's only up 26%. This month, it's up 73%. How many of you saw that coming? We in XRP family followed this through. We gave you guys all the right updates and took you through this. We're going through a lot of different opportunities. For those who remember, we went through this giving you guys the right idea, the right update, because the market on the other side, while the Bitcoin dominance was slowing down, it showed you have enormous opportunity on the other end. And that's what this looks like. Now, do you think XRP is going to do something similar? Do you think XRP is about to start something? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Some of these are actually really cool to watch. Like, okay, we thought it's going to go up, then it's going to come back down, then do this microwave structure. It did the first two, and the third one, it came to this level. It already reached there without any resistance. That means the price is super bullish. Why do you think that is? Now, let's move on to that. Before that, we'll actually look at what's happening in XRP. It looks like it's boring. But what really is happening there? Okay, we had a trend line and we did something like this and then we bounced off, which was not bad. That was a double bottom. Now, what are we doing? We have something similar forming here. That's interesting, isn't it? Because when you actually understand the fact that on a macro, you're still playing out as we discussed before. The amount of patience you need when institutions are here. They are involved heavily in this asset with that amount of liquidity and utility. They're going to actually kick you, me, and others out, or at least they're going to give it a try. But for those who know what they own and what value they are holding on to, they're not actually looking a lot at the current price. Yes, it is depressing if you focus on the end right now. But understand one thing. Right now, we are still close to $1.5 trillion and we are not actually moving a lot much there. We are watching capital rotating. And we've been following through that. We've been going through a lot of these calls, and SF family is on top of all this. They knew this was coming. Similarly, it's now getting close to 760 members. People are actually on it. See, one of the members was highlighting this fact. We called it out. So the exact same thing, if you want to join that group to get benefit of all of this, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, where you get to see all of this, the real opportunities in the market, so that you can turn your portfolio around in this bull market, not the next one. So now, when we jump on to the XRP and then compare it with what happened in IOTA, can we see something similar here? I would say that's a big question. Okay, these coins which are actually popping now, what went wrong with XRP that it is not doing this? Okay, first, you have to actually look at this on a different segment. You need to actually first look at what that asset did right now so that it popped. Or why did we call that pop out? We were waiting for something. We thought there is going to be a lot of people who are going to join this party. The volume will increase, and the volume just increased sky high. I mean, it at least seems there is a lot of people who are right now looking at this. Watch that volume. That's not a small deal. The price action showed you something was coming with the double bottom here, with the double bottom here, with the double bottom here. So it was following a trend line, and at that trend line, the price was making double bottom. I mean, on a daily chart, what else you need? That's bullish, super bullish. Now, say, okay, that's a daily chart. You're a macro guy. You're slowly moving out. You're moving on to a 3-day chart. Cool. But now you're watching something like this. Whoa, last time it entered into this phase, that was really cool. The price action was moving like nuts. It's a huge movement. Great. So you're following a trend line. You're making double bottom. You're entering into the overbought territory on a medium to macro chart, a 3-day chart. Now you look at the weekly. This is where it gets really exciting for me. You haven't even reached that overbought territory on that zone. So you may have some correction for sure. I assume that you should be watching some of those. Like previously, this was your support. That turned into a resistance. You extend that. You'll see you go back up there. It's sure, for sure. You do that. It's great. It's huge. The first time you slow down, you do a rounded bottom and boom, you go up. So can this be that one movement where you do this? A bull flag or a rounded bottom, whatever. Now bring all this information, which is really simple and easy, towards XRP and its price action. You want to look at it from a daily chart. You want to see whether we did that first move or not. Now, this one, you can either consider it as the first move or just a news and hype kind of move. But this won't show you that. It is showing you with the price action, RSI did reach there. That's a daily chart. Now we are moving on to a 3-day chart. This is where we are. If you actually forget this, we haven't yet reached that territory yet. And if you look on the weekly for the confirmation, it is showing you something exactly similar. We're following the past, we're following the history, we are doing almost as it is. This is hard because when you come on to a weekly chart, or if you're a macro guy, you go on to a monthly chart and you're looking at this asset, you're like, whoa, there is a long way to the upside. So do you go out there and buy an asset which is already up 50% for the day? Or do you buy an asset which has an upside and has not popped yet? This is the common sense. So that comes with the price. What is it? Time, patience. That is not easy. For some of us who have been buying this asset all the way from 2017, we know what patience means. And we also know what euphoria looks like. Whether it's in 2017, whether it's in 2021, we went through that. We felt that, how the market plays with you. Now, if you are like, okay, I'm not a trend guy, I understand patterns better. Great, cool. Just look at this. This is what you're looking at. You want to first see the price coming close to $1, then breaking that pattern. That's where enormous price movements in XRP should start. This is a trend line we are watching. This is a pattern. This is going to be great to see it bouncing towards that direction. And I would personally argue that, over time, actually, you should be going towards $1 soon enough, because we've consolidated here a long time and then you went up. Now we are doing somewhat the same thing. You broke the moving average. You came back down to retest that. After that, you bounced off. You went up. Okay. Now you're doing the exact same thing. You broke the moving average, you came back, you retested that, and you're bouncing off. The only problem here in this is that it is a monthly chart. So you need an enormous amount of patience to watch how things are evolving. But what's the good point here at this moment? You're already on the 29th, which means the monthly close is coming soon. We are about to watch something where, now, if this is how the monthly closes, that shows you something. The price would like to go up, but sellers entered and pushed that price down. So you still have sellers in the market. This is something you have to keep in mind. Now, historically, when we go up and consolidate, we see things like this. We see things like this. It shows bulls are there. They want to push the price high, but sellers were not giving up. So the other angle to look at this is that the next time the bulls try to push it up, sellers will back down because they know if they don't, they're going to get liquidated. During this time from 2021 to 2022, 2023, it was a carnage for the bulls. But right now, it's going to be a carnage for the bears. So if you're a bull in this market, you're placed correctly. And if you want to position yourself into a lot of different assets, SI Family is there to support you. SI Family is going to take you through this run so that you make sure you do take the profits and move out. Now, we are not a maxi in one asset. We understand this is an asset with the most fundamentals, utility for sure. But at the same time, we agree on the point that there are gaming, there are AI, there are smart contracts. You have different segments in the market which will do better. So we try to identify which of them are showing us an opportunity. And even today, few hours back, I was posting opportunity outlooks for few of other assets just like this, and they haven't started that move. So when people take profits from these assets which are popping, they're looking for something similar which hasn't moved yet. That's where they get these kind of pop. They enter with the retest. Now, if you're a breakout guy, you can enter with the breakout, but the chances of a fake out is still there. But if you are buying the retest and a bounce, that increases your outlook, the positive outlook for your trade. That increases that dimension. But if you are someone like, okay, I have a lot of patience, I have the divergence here, I'm entering, great. You have an edge in the market. You're buying at the bottom. But that comes again with a price. Patience. And if you're in a levered trade with 5-10% move to the upside and downside, you're going to watch your portfolio fluctuating like hell. And if you don't have the emotional balance and if you don't have the right target set, then you're going to have trouble managing that portfolio, holding on to that asset before it actually hits its targets. We're watching some of these. Remember, Rooney was below $1 when we started calling this out, saying, watch guys, this is going to do something great. And right now, if you actually go into that particular asset, looking at it as of today, you will have to agree on the point that it has already done 400% for this year. That's not a small move. But it's actually comparing from the last year till this point, a year. If you look at just this year, it started from 0.9. That's where we in the SI family showed this as an opportunity at 0.95, 0.99. Now it's at 6.35. We traded this in between for sure. Levered trades. I gave my calls. When I enter, you see that. When I exit, you see that. I drop all of them in the alerts. Now, if you are in XRP at this moment and you don't have a lot of patience, consider yourself engaging in different activities other than crypto. Or if you're so much into crypto and you're insisting that you want to take advantage of this crypto market bull season, then go for the other assets where money flow is moving into. Use 5-10% of your portfolio to engage yourself without disturbing your 90% of portfolio, which you have built over a long period of time. You don't want to do that. If you play with that and XRP pops, you miss big time. You don't want, because when the market goes up, it goes up like this. Imagine you sell XRP at 0.6 and in a week it's popping like this and it's at 0.9. Whoa, that's a big miss. Because at that point, your FOMO, euphoria, everything goes in. And you miss your DCA position. You don't want to do that. So guys, if you're receiving value, smash that like button. I'm watching a lot of you are smashing those like buttons, and I'm really, really, really happy for all of you guys who are actually doing that. I'm really thankful for you guys. Now, again, if you are into all this, make sure you understand how trading works and don't put all the capital in there to trade. Make sure it's a small capital if you're really new and you're not levered to the teeth. If you are, it's gonna be worse. With that, I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.